got the front seat bucket out, which these are made by Fisher Body. And I'll tell you what, this thing's got more style and beauty to it than all the engineering of a modern vehicle, I'll tell you what. But we're gonna go ahead and load this thing up in the 66 and take it to the Gumball car wash and get all that out of there. I'm also disappointed that I didn't find a coin. You'd think you'd take apart seats on a 48 Pontiac and find, you know, a penny or a nickel or something, but that's just my luck. So let's get this thing loaded up. Shuts like a new truck. Well, I'm getting ready to mix some paint up. You guys seen me mix paint up plenty of times, so no use videotaping all that nonsense. I'm gonna do the same old thing where I buy a 99-cent yardstick and break it over my knee and, you know, start mixing tractor implement paint together, taking that Oliver green paint and dropping some black in it like we did that dash. And we're gonna shoot some paint on the seat pan for the old Pontiac here. Before I do that, let's give you a quick update at what's been going on around here, because I've been putting in some late nights, just a few hours here and a few hours there, where I come in the barn late at night and, you know, jack up some Crystal Gale music and just give her the red beans and rice, if you know what I'm saying. So without further ado, you've seen the seat pan, you know, and I've made a few remarks about how there's a lot of beauty in this seat pan, you know. It looks really cool, and you know, the original upholstery would come over this, and you see you got the old staples in the sheet metal and whatnot, and I don't think we're going to go that route. I think when we go to reupholster these, it's just going to sit down in the pans a little bit, maybe kind of, you know, cupcake it or muffin it around the edges there for comfort. But the idea is to paint this thing the green that we mixed up for the dash last time. And if we don't like it, we'll just cover it back up, you know, no big ordeal. Ooh, wasp. So these are the front seats, which haven't been cleaned up yet. Those are the back seats that I've, you know, went through it and got all the nonsense out of there. So that's ready for the missus to start working up a draft for upholstery on that. We haven't shopped fabric yet, but that's coming soon. Oh, the rest of my wheels showed up. Got my, you know, US wheel midnight black smoothies, which I need to cover those up before I get overspray all of them, because that's my life. That would be a crying shame. So let's tuck these little fellers in for a bit. So we covered that. As far as the Pontiac goes, still never bled the brakes, but I did obviously finish gutting the interior, been cleaning up some of the mess. You know, there's your heater core, which is pretty cool. Peeling back some of that sound deadening tar paper. So, you know, I've had a lot worse when it comes to rusty floors. The only interesting part about this is where you have this, oh, I almost fell over. I only had one RC Cola, where you got this broke channel here that kind of separates the interior to a sill, and these were covered up with, you know, that bonded rubber sill kind of grippy step thing. So this you would never really see, but I still have a division to deal with when I do a little bit of body work. But if you think about it, this ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Now it's worse than other places over there, but you know, for the most part, she's solid. I did mess around with these, and if you hit that lever, this window slides back, I guess, into the, you know, trunk area. Oh, speaking of trunk, sifted through some parts when I was doing the dash and found all the pieces for this thing to work. It's actually latched shut right now, which is pretty cool. Still looking for that. You know, we'll get there one day. Oh Lordy have mercy. So there's the dash. You guys seen that? Nothing new here. I gotta order parts for my glove box, but for the sake of progress, I want to get the seat pan painted and the upholstery in the works, so when I finish up the floor pans and the bodywork inside, it can all just be ready to come together. I will be going to a junkyard. Depending when you watch this video, it'll be next week for me at the junkyard. I don't know if this video will go up before or after, but I'm going there to like a late model junkyard to get brake pedal assembly, brackets, brake booster, and a master cylinder dual channel off of, I don't know, early 90s, mid 90s, you know, Jeep Cherokee or something, to start putting modern, by modern, just power brakes, dual channel. I don't even really care if it's got power brakes, I just want dual channel. This barely has a pedal now, and if I get too aggressive, we'll pop another line. And we're gonna turn around and go the complete opposite direction and go another hour or so east of here and go to, you know, the typical junkyard that we like to crawl around in with some older stuff. I've been told it has some 40s, 50s stuffs, and maybe look for some Ford truck parts, but maybe we'll find an old Pontiac there where we can, you know, salvage on some of that rocker trim I'm missing. Wouldn't it be absolutely insane to find all this belt trimming, you know, these window trims? I have a workaround for the windows if I get into a pickle, but the belt trim would be nice, and the trunk lid would also be nice. But I got my fan going. I got the old Sanborn, enough air in it to paint for a little bit. Got my Oliver green tractor implement paint, and it's black. I don't know where my yardstick is. I don't know if I can even stir paint at this point unless I find, ooh, there's my sticks. But yeah, that's all the updates that I've got. I've been kind of hard at it, but not a lot of time to really be devoted to it. But I wanted to make this one last quick video, show you update of the 48 Pontiac, get some painting done. That way I'm done with that mess, because I have got to shift gears, shift fire, and focus on the 86 Suburban for Power Tour, because it's a mess. I'll show you what I gotta do, and this is just for starters. I haven't really even made my list. I gotta weld this quarter on. Okay, so there's that. That's been sitting in my bodywork cart for probably 6 months now. I've got new trim molding for it because I plan on doing the gray, but just time is getting away from me, so we're probably not going to do that. So we're just going to do a lot of really bad paint correction, and we're going to do some rust repair on that lower quarter and the rockers, some spots, and maybe if I can mix Ford red to match that paint, because that Suburban, it's been painted on before. I think it's been hit, I don't know, but it's obviously been painted with some single stage here and there. So maybe we get lucky and the red that I mix matches okay, and I can touch up the roof. I got a roof rack from a junkyard I want to put on it, new trim. Thought about not dropping it but lowering it, not because I'm into lowered vehicles. I know lowered two-wheel drive half-ton square bodies look phenomenal, you know, you can't argue that. But that particular Betty, and it's unfortunately not here right now. It is the ride height's a bit wonky. So on the Suburban, you're gonna get a couple inches more in the rear than in the front, and on this thing, I'm guessing the rear leafs are they're tired. They've hauled some kids for the last 30 something years, so they're a little wore out, and my ride height's a little bit lower, so I'm thinking about just buying 1 inch lower front coils for the front, and I definitely need to do some new shocks for the rear. So I think tonight, before I lay my pretty little head down to sleep, I'm gonna get in bed, turn on an oil lamp. Me and the missus are gonna flip through a catalog, and you know, it being the Lord's Day, just, you know, no one's open to take orders anyway, just get it all on paper, and first thing in the morning, order everything I need for that truck. So for the next however many weeks I have to a power tour, I could just get on it. That being said, this might be the last you see of the Pontiac for the month, maybe, you know, maybe whatever. I'm still gonna be working on it, but as far as videos and stuff, probably won't be uploaded till much later in life, because I gotta get on this Suburban, and in order for me to work on the Suburban, I gotta get the 2006 F250, which is our old daily, you know, just kind of farm truck. I gotta get that a little bit better for her to drive every day, so I can sink my claws into the Suburban a little bit more. So all that shenanigans, whew, over with now. I need to move on, mix some paint, shoot it. You guys can watch and listen to some music. Bumblebee. Oh, that's one of those boring bees. Put you to sleep. Shoe bee. Mineral spirits, because that's the right thing to do. Oh. So we're gonna hurry up. Oh no. This thing is like loaded with rust. Let's try it anyway. Yeah. Yep. Well, the seat pan has more runs than a senior citizen with a belly full of Skyline chili. It's so bad that it like dripped on the floor running. So I'm gonna show you what I did from way over here. So the paint job turned out real nice. You could tell. It was all my fault, you know, poor maintenance on a cheap gun that I used and abused, and yeah, I got just the way it's gonna be, and that's okay. It's green and it's not as dark as I had hoped. It's all right. If we get the seats done and we're like, what a shame this turned out that way, we'll circle back around and wet sand the runs out and maybe do a better job, or yeah, I don't know, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this air out for a while, and I don't know, shut the barn up so the chickens don't, shut up chicken, chickens don't get in here and jump on it, or gnats or mosquitoes don't land on it. Or it could be an improvement, sitting in the back seat of this car and you see a paint job full of bugs. Oh well, it is what it is. Still, zero money is really put into this thing, so that's cool. Yeah, stay tuned you guys, because we're about to just jump on the Suburban in a very aggressive manner and knock out a lot of stuff, and it's just going to be bam bam bam. Like one night, you know, we're going to cut this off and do this. So tonight I'm going to go through some parts, order some parts, and then I got to get on that thing if I'm going to be any sort of decent human being running that down the road on a power tour. So appreciate you guys.